Hi all and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're talking golfer's elbow. So that's pain on the inside part of the elbow, also known as medial epicondylitis. It's something that many golfers struggle with and it can be really debilitating both on and off the golf course. So in today's video I'm going to share with you 3 simple moves you can do from home to start helping how that area moves and feels. Let's dive in. So the first thing we're going to do is a simple forearm stretch. So we're going to have the arm out at about shoulder height. Palm is going to be facing up and I'm going to use my other hand to slowly work the fingers down towards the floor as I gently straighten this arm. What that's going to do is going to provide a stretch through this forearm area. Now, once we're in that position, we're going to try and stay as relaxed as we can. So using some slow breaths in and out. And I only want you to go to kind of a 4 or 5 out of 10 here. So we're not really pulling on this, not going into any pain. It's a nice, gentle, relaxing stretch to help just take a little bit of tension, a little bit of stiffness away from the forearm area. So we're going to hold that for about 30 seconds, trying to relax into it, see if you can eke out a little bit more range of motion and just opening up those tissues. Now, if you want to make that a little bit more intense, you could use a wall. So if I place my hand, fingers down on the wall, I can apply a little bit more tension, a little bit more pressure into the wall just to increase the tension, just to increase the intensity of the stretch here. But you can self-regulate that. So you can work at an appropriate intensity. Again, thinking of that kind of 4 or 5 out of 10 scale. If you want to take the intensity up even more, you can use an elevated surface. So at home, a coffee table or a kitchen counter work well. Going to get into the same position, so hand on the surface, and then you can gently use your body weight to just apply a little bit more pressure down and greatly increase the stretch through this area. The same rules apply though. We only want to work at that kind of 4, 5 out of 10 intensity, still controlling our breath, still kind of relaxing into it, trying to open up this area. So it's really important that although stretching can help the area feel good, it can help reduce a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of pain, it's not going to be a solution on its own. So we need some load into the area. So stretching alone isn't enough. We need to add some load, and that's where the next 2 exercises come in. Just a quick note before we get into the 2 strengthening exercises, I do have a free ebook on reducing your injury risk as a golfer, and I will put that in the pinned comment below, so make sure you check it out. Next, we're going to start to add a little load. So, as already stated, stretching alone is not enough for tendinopathy. We need to build up the tissue's resiliency. So, what we're going to do, we're going to do some isometrics, which are really helpful in the initial stages of loading. So, I'm going to place my elbow on a surface, palm is facing up. I'm demonstrating this from a kneeling position, but you can do this standing as well for comfort. I'm going to take my other hand, place it on top. Now from here, nothing is going to move, but I'm going to be pressing down with this top hand and trying to pull up this way with my bottom hand. So I'm on here, gently pressing down through my top hand, and I'm trying to pull up through my bottom hand here and gently getting a little bit of load into this forearm area. So we'd start nice and small here. And then as you get better, you can start to increase the intensity. So start to push with a little bit more intent, and that will force you to pull up through this area a little bit more. Really important as you do this that we're not getting that kind of pulling motion. We're not trying to recruit through the shoulder here. So shoulder is sat down. We're trying to access these tissues here on the forearm area, gently pressing down and then working through this area. So nothing is actually moving, hence the isometric. And you can self-regulate again where we're getting a little bit of intensity, but nothing too crazy. And we'd look to hold those isometrics for about 30 to 45 seconds, building up your tolerance as you go. So our last exercise is going to be our loaded forearm rotations. And in the initial stages, golf clubs work perfectly here. So got a couple of golf clubs. I'm going to grip them to start quite near the heads. I'm going to have shoulder down, elbow bent, and I'm going to have palm up. And from here, I'm going to slowly rotate from palm up and over, nice and controlled, working to palm down, or through as much range of motion as you can. And then once I'm in this palm down position, I'm going to slowly work up and over, back to palm up. Now, golf clubs work perfectly here because I can change the intensity quite easily. So obviously if I had one golf club, that would be easier than two. I can also adjust how far down the shaft I grip. So if I work further away from the heads, more towards the grips, that makes it a little bit more intense. So shoulder down, elbow tucked. I'm going to go from palm up and over, nice and slow. So we want to be as slow and controlled here. Feel this forearm area working. Palm down, and then up and over, back to palm up. Not letting the elbow drift away from the rib cage and not hiking that shoulder up. So nice and controlled. And what we'd look to do is about 5 rotations each way, working at a challenging but doable intensity. So you want to feel a little bit of kind of load in there, but I want you to be successful, be able to work through kind of a nice full range of motion. So you might need to adjust how many clubs you use, how far down the clubs you grip. Great for some initial load. And then if you wanted to continue to progress that load, you could start using dumbbells, kettlebells, or my personal favorite is using some Indian clubs to add some load and start to strengthen those forearm tissues. And there we have it, 3 simple moves you can do from home to start improving how that golfer's elbow feels. Now, it's important to note this is not medical advice, and I would always recommend on any injury, any pain, getting a good in-person assessment from a qualified medical professional. But if you're mobilizing the area, you're progressively loading the area, and in the short term at least, you're reducing activities that aggravate the area, you're going to be going a long way towards a successful outcome. Now, if you found this video helpful, then please let me know in the comments below, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well.